Yeah, like the whole industry has came such a long way. And I can agree with a lot of those statements. And especially with now, like not just within like Instagram and Facebook, how everyone, teaches all these, tutorials, these nail tutorials. It's also YouTube. You have a lot of, nail YouTubers who teach a lot of these different things about like acrylic or gel. Um, but also too, I think what needs more shine, I think, to a certain degree or to the most degree, is people who are educators. And you have a lot of educators around the world, either from accents or like elegance, who teach these different things. And I think it's a good thing, I think, for us who are interested in the realm of nails to maybe also get physically engaged, and make connections with different nail artists. So we learn more about the technique and not just from a person doing it on YouTube.
Agreed, 100%. I mean, uh, it used to be that if you wanted nail education, it would be through the distributors. You would
Mhm.
find the brands through the distributors at shows. Now, well, there aren't any shows right now, but
Yeah.
show attendance has really diminished. And I think, unfortunately, again, like you said, it's easy to just go onto YouTube and be like, hey, I can learn it like this. But I think that the brands themselves have so much to offer, and they shouldn't be forgotten in that way. There, like you said, there are tons of amazing educators tied to these brands, and these brands really want nail technicians to learn from them.
Mhm.
So, I would recommend, if there is a brand that you love using, or you like the art that's coming out of some of their educators or whatever,
Mhm.
reach out to them, because they are basically begging for you to come to them so they can learn
Mhm.
those techniques
Mhm.
in the
Yeah,
correct way.
yeah, that's totally true. And I wanted to ask about social media. Like, how has social media positively and negatively affected the beauty industry, especially now that we have like beauty influencers and, doing makeup, doing nails, or hair and things of that nature? Like, how has social media impacted the social media realm positively and negatively?
So, positively, I think it is an amazing way to be able to get your work out there. If you are a nail technician, an educator, a salon owner, and you're looking for clients, well, I mean, create an Instagram page with all the wonderful work that you do, and everyone can see it. It's amazing. It's a
Mm.
great place to share ideas. It used to be, uh, even when I started in the industry, it was very proprietary. There was, nail technicians did not want to share their secrets. They did not, it was not as much of a collaborative environment, I think, creatively speaking.
Mhm.
You can't help that now. Social media, you're sharing. And now I think what's so wonderful is that seeing it becoming more collaborative, sharing ideas, borrowing art inspiration. When nail techs credit each other, I created this because I saw so and so do it. Thank you for the
Mhm.
wonderful idea. That's amazing. I think that's
Mhm.
wonderful. It's really opening up and it's expanding creativity, minds, horizons. On the flip side, there are definitely, obviously you can speak generally about the negativity that you can find on social media. People can be really cruel, and they hide behind their computer screens and say
Mhm.
really nasty things, and
Right.
it's hard. Nobody wants to hear that, and even if you can brush it off as a troll or whoever, it still hurts, and I think that is difficult because it is making you have to develop a thick skin and ignore the haters.
Mhm.
I also think the negative aspect is what you were saying about influencers, and I think it happens the most in the makeup industry, but it does happen in hair and nails as well, where somebody, especially in makeup, because you don't necessarily have to have a license, you don't need to be a cosmetologist to do makeup. So you do your own makeup, you learn how to do it, you do it great. I've seen this so many times from friends who I have who are actually professional makeup artists who lose
Mhm.
out jobs to makeup influencers because they have a million followers, but they can do makeup on themselves. We bring them on set, they don't know how to work on set, they don't know how to do makeup on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens. It happens in nails. It happens in hair. I think you have to be really careful if you're a professional to look at these influencers and make sure that they're professionals first, that they are great at their craft first, and that they're just not good at doing their own nails, or maybe they're only good at doing one type of nail. And so it can be very misleading, and people have a couple of bad experiences and then it taints the whole industry, which is a shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. When you look at social media, especially us as young people, and I'm 24 years old now, and when you look at social media, it does affect, younger people, and people are so focused on other people's lives or other people's like they compare themselves to other people, oh, like my art is, not as good as theirs, or what they do is not as good as what I do. But it's like, you have to be understanding of yourself. Like, this is what I do. This is, in my own style and in my own interpretation. And, whatever style that they're doing, that's their style. That's their thing. You know, your thing is, your own style, like whether it's art, illustration, nails, or makeup, or whatever it is in general. And I think that with social media, it does impact the youth. You got like TikTok now, where people are doing all these dances, and then doing all these nail tutorials, stuff like that now. And so, but yeah, I do definitely agree that it does have a negative impact, and you do have to have a thicker skin and just block the noise, and focus on you. And that's what I'm.
Absolutely. And to remember that, yeah. And it's important to remember that it's a facade
Mhm.
between all of the filters and the photoshopping, and the curation. You're showcasing a tiny amount. You can make it look however you want. That the truth is not necessarily what is showcased on an Instagram page or on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. I'm a wee bit older than you, so I remember life before social media,
Mhm.
and you know, it it's a little humbling to realize that life isn't perfect, and I think that for young people it's really important to remember that what you said, you have something to offer. You need to stay true to yourself. You can always learn, you can always grow, but you can't compare yourself. There's always going to be someone who's better, and there's always someone who is going to be better at photos, photo curation and image manipulation than you are. You might be a better nail technician, but they're better at creating a social media page. It does not mean that you are even competing on the same level. It's two different skills entirely. So, like
Mhm.
you said, stick to yourself, focus on what you do best and how you yourself can grow and improve.
Mhm. Right, exactly. I wanted to ask, like, how would you describe your skincare routine and your nail care routine? Because not only the whole foundation of building a nail is important, I think taking care of your skin and taking care of your nails are important. So if you can give your whole process in terms of how you take care of your skin and also your nails and what products you recommend, that would be great.
Sure. So I think that I was perhaps a little bit lazier in my skincare routine in my 20s and 30s, early 30s. It wasn't until like my mid 30s that I was like, oh, I really should probably pay a little bit more attention. I certainly wash my face and, moisturize and whatever, but now it's a longer process. I double cleanse every day. So, I do a makeup removal and then gentle wash at night. And then in the mornings, I do just like a foamy wash to, again, get impurities off, and then a light exfoliation. Dermalogica has their daily microfoliant or whatever it's called. It's really nice. It's not harsh, doesn't strip your skin, but it still gets out all the impurities. And I always follow with retinol at night, vitamin C, serums, anything that's going to help with rejuvenation, collagen production, keeping free radicals at bay, and moisturize. So important. And oh gosh, and more important than moisture is sunscreen. Always sunscreen every day, whether you're going outside or not. Always on my face, always on your hands, because this might look great, but your telltale sign is here. So, plus, you know, I wish I did more facials, but I think there's so many things that you can do at home now. Tools that you can use, you know, they have all the rollers, your jade rollers, and home facial kits that you can do, all these things, basically just making sure that your skin is hydrated, that it's clean, that you're filling it back up with good nutrients that will make your skin youthful, plump. That's what keeps you from looking old. And then for my nail care routine, so I have acrylics. I have a wonderful nail technician, Erin Moffat, who has been doing my nails throughout the pandemic. She's fabulous. And so I don't really do a lot. However, I constantly have, I mean, at my desk, you'll see, I have tons of hand creams and cuticle oils and cuticle creams, because that is what is going to keep my nails looking nicely and being a great canvas for whatever Erin puts on top. So I just started using this and I really love it. It's from Maxis. I don't know. It's a newer, you can't see it. It's a newer brand. They do nail polish, and then they also have this, it's a jojoba, because it's called jojoba leaf, and shea butter, cuticle. It's like a butter, you know, you can.
Oh, okay.
You can see that. And it smells like lavender. It's really, really nice. Whenever I'm sitting here, always. I also have a bottle of solar oil I can't live without. Daddy oil I can't live without. I have all my little bottles of cuticle oil that when you're just sitting there and you're not, you know, when typing or whatever you're doing, just throw it on. It always is good to nourish those, the cuticles, and then your nail underneath. Likewise, hand cream, sunscreen, keeping your hands moisturized and protected from the sun is the best way to keep your hands looking as nice and as youthful as possible. Because you know that, especially now in winter, dry skin, it just makes your hands look crummy, and you don't want to showcase your beautiful nails on, you know, dry, wrinkly skin.
Mm-hmm. And I also wanted to ask, like, what is your whole take on gel? Have you ever done gel on your nails, or are you like
I have done everything on my nails. So I will say a couple of things. When C&D shellac first came out, I took off my acrylics, and you know, if anyone's worn acrylics for a long time, you know, your nails are you know, flimsy, they're weak, they you know, haven't been exposed to the elements in a long time. So to build them back up, I used shellac exclusively, I would say, for, I don't know, a couple months. And my nails grew out so beautifully. And I think that part of the reason I was such a fan of it, because it is such a gentle system that the removal is so easy. You don't need to do any harsh, you don't really need to prep the nail with any kind of abrasive other than cleaning the nail surface. And it's wonderful for something like that, where I was really needed to grow out my nails. That being said, I think there's a lot of confusion from the consumer perspective when it comes to gel polish in particular. It's not for every nail. You know, if you have, my nails naturally are bendy and thin. And so it is very difficult for gel polish to adhere to my nail without lifting or peeling. So in that case, I am really not the best candidate for a gel polish. I'm better off at a something that has more structure, a hard gel, even a soft gel like a biosculpture gel. Some of the Japanese gels that have a little bit more gel to them are better for me. But you know, I think that that's what's so wonderful about all the products that are out there right now. You can, it's not just let's play with all these different, you know, nail enhancements. It's about finding the right system for each of your clients' nails, because everybody's are a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. Yeah, with gel, I like working with gel. Like I said before, also like putting gel on my nails because it lasts pretty long. Especially, I like to work with my hands a lot. So, and also like
Yes.
for moisturizing like my hands and my skin, I use like lotions and things of that nature. But also too, I think to maintain also what I've learned also to maintain your skin and nails and your overall health is based on your diet. You know, if you eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, and you take vitamins and other healthy things, you know, you maintain your overall well-being. So I've also learned about that too, you know, like black seed oil, um,
Absolutely.
avocados, you know, different oils, essential oils, lavender oil. So it's so many things that can help treat, you know, your skin and your nails and just in general your overall health. So that's really cool.
Absolutely. You're right. You are what you eat. So as
Mhm.
much as what you consume is what it look, you know, how it comes out on the outside. So absolutely. And water, drinking water is so important for your skin and your nails to keep yourself hydrated.
Mhm. And with NailPro magazine, like with your whole experience being there, what do you like the most working, you know, at NailPro? Is it, you know, seeing the different nail artists do these amazing nail covers? Is it, you know, interacting with different people, going to like different beauty conventions, or what stands out to you, you know, when you are working as like the executive editor of NailPro? Like, you know, what stands out to you? Like, what do you enjoy the most about it?
Oh, you know, it's funny. I was mentioning earlier how I, you know, journaled, and I've always kept journals. And I was actually just rereading some of my old ones.
Mm,
And I look back at the one where right after I got hired at Nail Pro, and I literally wrote, I actually have my dream job. I am so lucky to have found my dream job. And I think it's because, again, I love the industry.
mm,
The people you meet, they're so kind and talented and interesting. I love going to shows and meeting all these different people. The thing that is so meaningful for me is when people like you or, you know, young artists
mm,
reach out to me and ask me questions or advice, and then come back to me years later and say, oh, you know, thank you so much, it's because of, you know, Nail Pro and what you said that I, you know, did XYZ. And it's just it makes you feel so good. That, I mean, so often you know, you become sort of laser focused on one thing, and to realize that you are inspiring and helping people in their careers, it just makes you feel so good. um, I love coming up with new ways to talk about nails technique in the industry. I remember when I first started, I was like, how can I talk about only nails for every issue? For
mm,
12 issues a year for years on end? Like, how? And there it is. I mean, you have to be creative, and you're constantly thinking of ways to reinvent the wheel, different ways of approaching these topics. And I find that is fun and challenging to me, creatively.
mm,
And then, of course, you know, my favorite thing of all is to do the cover shoots. Absolutely, just the most fun. Being able to conceptualize an idea, come up with the mood board, work with the nail artist, collaborate on what we're going to create, what they're going to create, working with the photographer, makeup, hair, to make sure that we're all on the same page and get the actual, you know, this final look and how we can achieve that. And it's just that collaborative effort with all of these creative people. You have a good team. Everybody wants to do their best, create their best, and work together. And 9 times out of 10, the best covers we've had is because the team behind it were open and creative and were willing to work together and not just be a diva and be like, this is what I'm doing and that's it. So it's fun. It's, it's the people and the creativity behind my job that makes it really special.
I wanted to ask you this one question, Stephanie. For somebody who wants to get into beauty journalism or in the beauty industry in general, what pieces of advice would you give for someone who wants to get involved either in the beauty journalism or the beauty industry, like how to be successful and how to maneuver within the beauty industry or in beauty journalism?
So it depends, what avenue you want to take within beauty. I would highly recommend making sure that you get educated in whatever avenue that is. If you're interested in the writing and journalism aspect, make sure you're taking writing and English classes. If you're interested in the chemistry behind it, get into chemistry, get a chemistry degree, and then get your nail license at the same time, really invest your time in education. If you're interested in being just a nail tech, again, go to a beauty school, invest in there, take the steps that you need, because beauty schools, nail schools typically offer really poor information. You're not going to be you're not going to leave school and all of a sudden be an amazing nail tech. I think the first thing is make sure you get educated as well as you can. And then 2, reach out to people within the industry. I mean, I will say everybody I know in this industry, from the, research and development to chemists to brand manufacturers to the nail artists, educators, they're all willing to help. So reach out to those people, pick their brains, be an intern, sweep the floor at a salon, because you're not going to be at the top right away. But the more influences and the more exposure and experience you have, the more you're going to learn, and it'll provide those necessary stepping stones to get to where you want in your career.
Yeah, that's very good advice. Always make connections, always reach out to people. And that's very, very important. Now, I wanted to ask you this question to end the interview. How would you describe the legacy of NailPro, and where do you see NailPro going in the future?
Oh, NailPro it's such a special product to me. I think that it has been inspiring and teaching nail technicians since its inception. I believe it. The first issue came out in 1989. It was at the forefront of the industry with every product launch, with every new innovation, and that has continued. I love that we can feature amazing artists on the cover. It is, so many people have told me what an honor it is to be on the cover of NailPro, because they themselves respect the magazine so much. I hope to continue to provide great content that's, technical, business building, artistic, new products, new talent. I hope that NailPro continues to be a source when so many magazines have fallen by the wayside. I'm so proud to say that NailPro is still standing. We have dropped to 6 issues a year last year, but we already have plans to get back up to 8, 10, hopefully 12 issues in the years to come, hopefully by the end of this year, because there is a lot, I think, that we can offer the nail professional. And there aren't a lot of resources. There aren't a lot of resources that you can really count on. And I know that I am very proud of everything that I put in the magazine. like I said before, I'm a little bit of an overachiever. So I really want to make sure that it's interesting and thought-provoking and educational, and not just slapping things together, that it's fun to look at. And I want to be a resource and continue to be a resource for new nail professionals and veterans alike.
Mm-hmm. So I know you had it was another magazine that you were editor in chief in, and it was NailIt magazine.
Yes.
So are you guys continuing that, or is that going to be something different, possibly?
So NailIt was created as a consumer newsstand magazine. It was, to compete, well, not to compete, but, to sit alongside of, In Style and Allure. It was for the consumer audience. It was, the idea behind it was to introduce the consumer to nails. And if you've ever, any nail professional, read a nail article in Cosmo, Vogue, Bazaar, it's just, these beauty editors do not know what they're talking about. And I wanted to be a real voice for the professional industry and be able to relay that to the consumer. Again, kind of like my idea when I wanted to go into science writing, writing this technical topic for the masses. Unfortunately, though, there was a lot of reasons. Distribution, magazines at that time were already on a downturn. So unfortunately, it wasn't able to continue. It was just costing too much to produce, and we weren't getting enough revenue in return. It's sad. We did, however, maintain the NailIt Instagram page, which has a more consumer friendly nail art on there. It's usually shorter nails, simpler designs. Certainly, on NailPro's site, you're going to find very avant-garde nails, long nails, very, 3D intricate stuff. But NailIt is still, sort of kicking. Again, it's really for the consumer audience. It was so much fun in the time that we had it, though. It really was.
Yeah, that's good. I was wondering at first. I was like, is NailIt still out? But yeah,
it unfortunately it sort of fall by the wayside.
Yeah, I follow the Instagram page for NailIt, with all the different nail designs. So it's really cool to see.
Yes.
And I want to ask one more question. How important is supporting independent nail artists and also incorporating diversity within your magazine, with different, nail artists around the world with these different styles of nails or nail art? Like, how important is diversity, as well as just, I forgot the question, as well as just, good Lord, just as well as promoting other independent nail artists and nail technicians. That was the question. Excuse me for that.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. Don't worry. No, it's super important. I mean, I think that there are so many different styles of art, different business models, that it is so important to feature all of them. Because if you're only featuring one type of art or one type of technique, one type of business, one type of nail tech, what is that offering? It's boring. Yeah. You want to be able to showcase all that there is to offer, because there are so many different types of people and different business types who want to get involved in the industry. And so I think it's really important to focus on all of these different talents, because again, they're all so different. And, we are trying to, right now more than ever, reach out. It's hard sometimes because you get sort of caught in with a certain, I don't know, you get used to working with the same artist all the time. So we're really trying to branch out. That's one of the things too on our NailPro Facebook page and Instagram page, always looking for new talent to feature. I mean, if you're interested, reach out, say, hey, I would love to share my work with you. I'd love to share my business with you. I have, we do this. I mean, always looking for something for everybody, for something different, because we want to inspire anybody who is in this industry. And I would also encourage, anyone who is interested, you can find me on Facebook. It's Stephanie Yagi Lavery, and it has like NailPro in parentheses. Feel free to reach out to me there. I will say that I'm kind of bad about checking my Facebook messages, but I can share my email address with you, Asia, and feel free to share it with everybody, because if you want to email me, I am more than happy to speak with you, to learn about what you're doing, and share it with the NailPro audience.
That's incredible. I wanted to thank you so much for just taking the time out to letting me interview you, Stephanie, because you've really impacted me. And when I first wrote to you back in 2012, I was like, I'm so excited about nail art. This is something I love to do. And I remember when I was 13 years old, my dad asked me, what would you like to do as a career? And I said, I want to get into nails. And he said, if this is something you want to do, be the best at it. And I had a passion for it since I was, like I said, 13 years old. So pretty much stepping almost out of
Amazing.
And I just want to say how much you really inspired me to getting into nail art, into the realm of nails, and just allowing me to show you my work. And you put it on the magazine. And I thought that was really awesome of you guys to really do that. And I know I wrote before, but it was like one of the hand and arm paintings that I did. And it was me holding one of the covers of the magazine. And I think it was like 2013, 2014, somewhere around there, possibly. And I just want you to know, like, you've made a huge impact on a lot of nail artists and nail techs around the world. And with your platform and this whole magazine and allowing different nail artists to do these nail covers, it's so amazing. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you so much, Stephanie, for just allowing me to interview you and to also catch up with you. And, it's just incredible to, get to know you and get to know more about the industry and learn from you guys. So I just want to thank you so much for, just helping other people get their work out there, and just keep doing what you're doing. And, NailPro is amazing. Thank you so much again.
Oh, thank you. That is so kind of you. It really makes me feel so good. Makes me feel like that, what we're doing and what I'm trying to do is someone is paying attention. So thank you so much for saying that. And it's been so lovely to see you grow. I remember when you wrote to me and when we put you in the magazine, and I am just so proud of you for taking this and for knowing what you want to do. It's so unusual for people to know what they want to do at such an early age and then follow through it and be so successful with it. I'm very impressed, and I know that you are going to take your career to even higher heights.
Thank you.
So thank you for inviting me today. This was really special.
Yeah, thank you so much again. And also forgive me with the last question, because I was trying to remember what the question was. But yeah, thank you so much again for just taking the time out. I really appreciate it. I'm also going to send you the interview as well once it's edited. Once it's posted on YouTube, I'm going to edit it first and then post it on my YouTube page. So you guys,
and I'll share it.
Yeah, you guys can share it on the NailPro page and things of that nature. So, but thank you thank you so much again, really, Stephanie, from the bottom of my heart. Really, thank you, and just to, just to put my work out there and to take that leap. And you're inspiring me and many other people to take that leap and to seize opportunities to help change the game of the nail industry flat out. So thank you.
Absolutely. And and likewise, feel free to send me, other samples of your work, other things that whatever you've got going on. Like, I would love to do a little piece on what you're doing with your YouTube channel. So, definitely stay in touch. Don't feel weird about just sending me stuff, because I am open to it 100%.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time out.
Absolutely.
I wish you the best, the most success.
Thank you. Likewise.
Stay healthy, stay safe.
Thank you.
And
yes,
thank
you as well. All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care, Asia.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also follow me on my social media platforms as well as visiting my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more videos to come soon. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy.